Titan, level 7 upgrade. And there you have it, RPM's A-arms for the E and T-Maxx. Guys, these of course were donated to me by Coyote0976. Thanks a ton. Let's go ahead and open these up and check them out. Okay, so I'm just gonna rip the top open, and I don't have to cut this bag open. All right. So of course we have the A-arms themselves, which look way beefier than the ones that come stock. And then we have, of course, the instructions, and you can't forget the RPM stickers. So let's go ahead and get the RPM A-arms installed. I'm going to tell you guys right now that the front and rear assembly are nearly identical, so the process is going to be the same for the front and rear, so I'm going to do them all at the same time. So let's go ahead and start. First thing is, I need to remove all 4 tires by undoing the wheel nuts that hold them on. Once those are off, it's time to go ahead and remove the front and rear bumper. Each one is held on with 4 screws to the bulkhead. There's 2 on this side and 2 on this side. With those 4 screws out of the way, the bumper will come off as well as the center brace. And remember, the process to remove the front and rear bumper is identical. Now I need to go ahead and detach all the screws that hold on the bottom of the shocks to the A-arms. The ones in the front are easy. The ones in the back are being blocked by a link. In order to get this link out of the way, all I have to do is undo the screw and nut that connects the link to the axle carrier. Once all those screws are removed, you're going to swing on to the outside, and it's time to remove the pillow balls. Now you can see the pillow balls can be accessed once you straighten out the A-arm. You're not going to undo the outer screw, you're going to undo the inner screw. And you're going to do it in a pattern. A little bit on top, a little bit on bottom, and keep going back and forth until you remove the axle carrier. Once the pillow balls have been unscrewed from the A-arms, you can go ahead and just pull the axle carrier right on out. Now the only thing that's holding on the A-arm is of course the screw pin that holds it to the bulkhead. All you have to do is unscrew it a little bit and pull it on out. Now on the top A-arms, there will be a spacer in between the A-arm and the bulkhead in the front and in the rear. The bottom one does not have any spacers. Now if by any chance you have a kingpin that has the little E-clips, go ahead and pop off the E-clip from the back and then pull it out through the front. And don't worry about the screw pins that are on the bottom. There'll always be a gap in the bumper so you can access them. Once those pins are out of the way, you can just easily pull off the A-arms, and now we can go ahead and compare them with the new ones. Now for the bottom, you'll see that the structure is quite different compared to the stock. As for the top, well, there's 2 key differences. First of all, you'll notice that the RPM one is a lot thicker than the stock one. However, the biggest difference is that you can see the spacing is different from the stock one. That's because they incorporated the spacers into these A-arms. So you no longer need the spacers that go in the top of the A-arm. So now, let's go ahead and get these installed. First of all, you'll notice that there is a gap on the bottom. Make sure that goes towards the drive shaft. Slide that into position, and then you're going to reattach the pin. As for the bottom, well, it goes without saying that the gap should go on top. Going to slide that in position and then insert the pin. Once the new A-arms have been installed, you can go ahead and reattach the axle carrier and drive shaft. You're just going to line these up, make sure that it slides in without being forced, and then you're just going to go ahead and tighten down the pillow balls. Just like you took them out, top, bottom, all the way until it's in. Now that that's been taken care of, it's time to go ahead and reattach all the shocks to the bottom A-arm. Once the shocks have been reattached, you can go ahead and reattach the links. Once the links are taken care of, you can go ahead and reinstall the front and rear bumper. And just remember to go ahead and put that middle spacer in there, and then reattach the 4 screws that hold it on, 2 on each side. A quick note, just remember that the center brace for the front is a little bit shorter than the one that's in the rear. Also, the front bumper is curved. All that's left now is to go ahead and reattach the tires. Here is before. And here is after. Guys, it looks so good. The only problem is that these red shock springs are really clashing with the blue theme. But I'll get them switched out soon enough. Either way, thank you a ton, Coyote, for this awesome donation. And that was Titan's level 7 upgrade.